change right now, Trinbago's dying. We hear the people shout, crying, a stronger UNC is a stronger TNT. A stronger UNC is a stronger TNT. A stronger UNC is a stronger TNT. A stronger UNC. Whoa, we're on the road again. This is your time, don't waste it, don't throw it all away. Together I know we can make it. Put the flags up in the sky. Sound the trumpets now, we're coming. We're taking back the side. Candidates come, let we start running. Serving us the vision up till and till. Man, think about this more seriously. What have they done for you and me? What have they done for till and till? We have a voice, make it be you and till. We have to take this road. We're taking back the side. Candidates come, let we start running. A stronger UNC is a stronger TNT. A stronger UNC is a stronger TNT. A stronger UNC is a stronger TNT. A stronger UNC.
May I invite you all to stand for the playing of the national anthem of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago.
In the voice of hope and prayer, with boundless faith in our destiny, we solemnly declare.
Side by side we stand, islands of the blue Caribbean Sea. This our native land.
We pledge our lives to thee. Hear every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation. Hear every creed and race find an equal place.
And may God bless our nation.
Please remain standing as we invoke the presence of the divine that we invite Imam Idris.
Greetings to one and all. Dua, we make a supplication to the Almighty. Ameen. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Praise be to the Lord of the worlds. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, the most merciful, the most gracious. Maliki Yawmiddin, the King of the Day of Judgment. Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'een. Thee alone we worship and thee alone we ask for help. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم, guide us to the straight path. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم, to the path of those whom you have guided. غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين, and save us from those who you have misled. اللهم صل على محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وسلم تسليما. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, please protect us and save us from the trials of this world. Please protect us and save us from the crimes that is around us, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, save us from whatever trials that you have befall us, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, protect this country. Save this country from corruption, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, please change the hearts of those individuals who turn criminal, Ya Allah. Protect the people of this country, Ya Allah. اللهم صل على محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وسلم تسليما سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين.
Thank you very much indeed, my brother. May I invite you to please have your seats and our members of parliament at the head table. Ladies and gentlemen, let me begin by acknowledging, first of all, the Honourable Member of Parliament for the constituency of Tabakeet, MP Anita Haynes Allen. Let me also acknowledge your Member of Parliament for the constituency of Naparima, MP Rodney Charles. Let me also acknowledge the Atlantic powerhouse coming out of the constituency of Mayaro, MP Rushton Parry. With us here this evening are several members of the United Patriots slate, and I want to ask you to pay tribute and make some noise for our next party organizer, Mr. Henry Awong. Our Northeast representative, Mr. Jazino Rigsby. Our research officer, Mr. Jason Ali. Our Vice Chair, Ms. Jermaine Abdullah. The man who will be responsible for the treasury in the party, our treasurer, Mr. Dr. Curtis Manchun. Our elections officer is with us as well, Mr. William Achi. I think I left out somebody. But your South Regional Coordinator, no other than Mr. Wayne Mohammed. As we go along for the rest of the evening, I will introduce you to a couple more of our members who will join us. But most importantly, let me acknowledge those who are viewing us on the various social media platforms, those on the television, and more so, most importantly, you, the loyal soldiers of the United National Congress. Your presence here today tells that what is required for Trinidad and Tobago is a stronger UNC for a stronger TNT. Tonight we are very happy to be at Vikas Ranch Country Club here in Rochard Road, Barrackpore. And just in case some people didn't hear, we are in Barrackpore. We are in Barrackpore, and the hundreds of you who have come have indicated to us that you are ready to take this party forward. So ladies and gentlemen, you will have with us, you will be able to listen to our battery of speakers tonight. And the very first speaker I'll bring to you is a former part-time lecturer at the University of the West Indies in mathematics and statistics. 20 years experience in the financial sector and banking sector. He was a former candidate at the Arima Northeast seat, and that man moved that seat when we used to lose it under the some time ago. We would have lost that seat by more than 600 votes. This time around, just a few months ago, this candidate was able to tie the seat in Arima. On a recount, he won the seat. Give him a round of applause for that. And a second recount, he's sitting here today. But ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor and privilege to bring to you no other than Mr. Jazino Rigsby.
Good afternoon to my honorable, loyal family soldiers. I want all of you to give yourself a round of applause for being here and wanting the change you want to see for a better Trinidad and Tobago. And remember, a stronger UNC means a what? A better TNT. That is what we're here for. Now, let me tell you something. I was speaking to Anita when she came in, and she said, Jazzy, you see how we just feel become a Rima? Well, she was really correct, because, boy, I sat to sleep driving, come on this Wayne had to stop and driving back here, because this is the furthest drive I've ever made in my life. But welcome, people, to the Barrackpore, and so far, I have seen the Barrackpore people, and you are very friendly, so give yourself a round of applause, the people of Barrackpore. You know, everybody right now speaking about the problems in the country with respect to the PNM-led administration. The Rowley-led administration has failed to achieve any tangible revenue streams for our economy. Murders, inflation, and underachieving education system, failing healthcare, crumbling infrastructure, taps with no water, poor economic planning, scandal after scandal, and the list goes on and on, in direct contribution of the People's National Manifesto, PNM Manifesto of 2020. But don't worry, I will deal with that manifesto in time, but now is not the time. Today is time for party business. This is what I come to speak about tonight, party business. And while we can all agree that the PNM has failed the country miserably, the present leadership model of our party and their inability to offer a differentiated value proposition to our voters validates the dysfunctional arms of the party. In fact, the present leadership has failed to secure political victory since 2015. And let me remind everyone sitting here in this room today, our democratic system, I know it as first past the post. So telling me you have won an election via the popular vote is just an underachiever's boast to your delusional supporters. Okay? So when you come in and want to speak about the vote, and then you're talking about Tobago and you want to counter that, we're not in that. You lost, we win. And we have not been able to win no elections since 2015 to now. So they can say all what they want, and they can talk all what they want, they cannot win any election still. And I'll tell you, you see when you vote for the present hands, then you will see a change in your party. Because that team there will bring that change for you. But I will come on and talk to that later on. You all don't worry, we're here for the night. Right? I will ask some questions of the leadership. When last has the leadership reported to the membership their plans to build the brand along the east-west corridor. When last has the UNC brand has been built along the east-west corridor? When? And they say they're talking about the working marginal seats. No, 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 that is not marginal seats. You need to come on the corridor and build the brand, and that is what Mr. Roshan Tarpary and the United Patriots will do when we take office in June the 15th. That is what I'm telling you that, because I am here to tell all you that. Right? Secondly, when has the leadership reported its financial health to the members? When last has this membership, the leadership reported its financial health to the members? Nobody knows. I don't know, because I was the former treasurer in Arima Executive. And on the Constitution, the treasurer must meet monthly, every month, with the treasurers from around the party. I want to stand here and put it to them that I have not met the treasurer since 14 years I am in the treasurer. And I want to see the NATEC treasurer. I never know who is them. He never even come and remind meet me. So we need to know what is the financial health of the party. I'm telling all you that. Thirdly, what has each NATEX member in relation to the respective portfolios done to build the UNC brand? When I came in the party, I saw everybody there. I see all of them come down in UNC headquarters, and when they walk, they head up in the air. And you know, you call them and they get that kind of, yeah, boy, Jazzy, yeah, boy, mama guy me. And they're going upstairs. But let me tell you something. At the end of the day, for all the walking and all the talking, what have you done to build the brand and the administrative arm of the party with your NATEX position? Not one of them could stand up here and tell me that. Not one. They could say they could razzle-dazzle them out, they could talk all how, but they cannot do anything about that. Our next question I want to ask the leadership, and it's something dear to my heart. What has the leadership done to foster and reward our hard-working ground activists who have labored and toiled every election? When the election is done, you don't get a phone call. Some may get a phone call, but the average people doesn't get no phone call. And you know when you just get a phone call again, and tell me for a great me, when they want to follow Maxi to mobilize a Monday night forum. A lie, tell me for a lie, that is not true. My soldiers who does work hard every day, they in the hot sun walking, the canvassing, dog biting them, and at the end of the day, when the accident is done, they put you outside. You know, all you know what is do with a broom? They treat you like a broom. What you just do with a broom? You just use a broom, when you're done, use it, you put it in the side. And when you go and use that broom again, when you have to use it again, when you're done with the broom, you put it back in a corner. Under the leadership of Roshan Tarpary and the United Patriots, that will done. All activists will be treated with respect, and we're going to build the party from the membership up the road. I telling you that. And I will ensure and talk to Roshan about that. If he make a mistake and say, Jazzy, no, I will put him in place for that. Now, as I talk just about the political razzle-dazzle, they will come after I talk here and they go razzle-dazzle again, you know. They will razzle-dazzle, talk kind of political talk and say about this and that, but I don't have time for that. What I want is we to go to the polls on June the 15th, and what you do? You vote for the praying hands. That will solve your problem. Members, we can't go on anymore with our failing leadership model, and on June the 15th, you must place your X next to the praying hands. And remember, I want you to repeat it. Put your X next to the what? Again. That's what we're going for. The time kind of running out, so let me see what I can do here. Therefore, in order to assure that our great party, United National Congress, continues to be a beacon of change in the political landscape of Trinidad and Tobago, it is critical that the highest standards of democracy, good governance, integrity, transparency, and credibility, all underpinned by an innovative economic framework, must be at the helm of our political weapons if we are to beat the PNM in 2025. And this will allow us to address all the bread and butter issues you all have. You understand? So nobody, turn up 20 for 20, and you're buying 4 pack of macaroni and extra foods, and you want to make that a set of cheese and mincemeat, and no, that will done. It have to done. We will fix that. When we take 1st June, when we pray in hands vote, and then when we go into the parliament in 2015, because the team led by Russian Puri will ensure we take elections in 2025. But my brothers and sisters of our great party, in order to get change and efficient party structure, party re-engineering, and over rebuilding of a broken organized party culture, we must find the right team to rebuild that party. And I am betting my life and any day for that team to fix the problem. If them can't fix it, well, here what's going on. They're not bringing SEAL Team 6 Army Navy SEALs to fix the problem, because that is the deal. If we can't fix it, well, I want to say something that I'll be put myself in trouble, so let me go on. Right? So, what does our team envision? We envision 5. The Patriots envision 5 pillars that we will use to rebuild our great party. 1, when you vote for the praying hands on June the 15th, you will be voting for the following. Our constitution will be implemented in full by activating all 11 arms. So it are no set up vampire sleeping in no box and they sleeping holy. That done. It are no gargoyles. No, that done. You will be working and don't raise up on your slumber when to attack any one of my members of my team, because that is all they will do. When it's time to attack, they will wake up. Right? There's something called cryogenics. You know what's cryogenics? That is what they are. They put them to sleep and after a while they wake up after. 2, activating all arms of the party. 3, constitutional reform, fixed date elections and fixed terms of NATEX members. So nobody can pack up there and ball who is tiger, who is this, who is that, and who will pack up long and the day long. That done. That will done. You work for your 2 term and leave a legacy. Don't pack up there and become a career politician. That have to done. Oh God, well boy, here now. I don't know what's going on with it. Well, here now, when Rushton talk about this headquarters, like, I don't know, if you see how they just operate, the vex and thing. But let me tell you, members, all you want to come to a party headquarters where it have a gym and it can have free membership? Do you want to come to a party headquarters when the doors open, a smart building, and I'm telling Russian here and now, we want a smart building headquarters. Take what I'm telling you, because we will lead by example in the fight against climate change mitigation. That is our UNC. This is how the Patriots is thing. That is how we're going to do it. But they will expand on that a little further when Russian comes on street. So I just let you know, I'm building up the warming up the seat for him now. Also, all I want to know why I from Arima and I come down quite down in Barrackpore to talk, because normally I will go and talk up in Arima side. But no, you see under the Patriots, Wayne, myself, Shanklin, Jason, we will work together as coordinators to build the party along every part of this country. So it's not north, south, east or west. It's had that. That is just a title for us. That is just a title because Wayne, that man come and meet me coming here, and that's just his start. And I only met Wayne for about, how long I know you for? About a month? And that's the kind of love and the vibes I just got. And I, as a man, if I ain't getting no vibes, I leave in you. I telling you as it is. I telling you. Right? So, members now, you know, we just talk in this politics, we just talk about, we just criticize and we just criticize. But what I have just laid out here is a policy framework by the United Patriots. But then now, I will now present what I intend to do if you select me as all your Northeast coordinator, regional representative. And let me go and tell you what I want to do. I will meet with all executives along the corridor on a monthly basis to hear your views and take back to the NATEX for consideration and implementation. So when we go to the executives, right? Again, my time, so I'll give me 2 minutes again. Right? So 1, work with executives to reignite community initiatives to foster trust within which in turn will allow the UNC brand to grow and increase our membership through the formation of party groups. Work with NATEX to partner with businesses to allow membership to card discounts at all merchants. I hope I can get an insurance plan as well for my members. So when they go and take out 30 and you pay 100, they only pay 30. That is what we try. That is the vision we have here. I want to do that. Finally, we reward members with some small monetary compensation for ideas that have been implemented, benefit the UNC brand and our members. And finally, and one just close to my heart, I want to work with all executives and members to find a solution to recognize hard-working members and activists who have contributed to the success of our party. Now enjoys one of the major political parties of the Tobago. Right? And finally, 1 minute again, I see everything, man. I would like to tell my political leader, Rushton, it is a video extracted from a TED talk on the walls of an orphanage in Calcutta, India, because I hear what they're talking about him. Rushton, if you are kind, people will accuse you of selfish ulterior motives, but be kind anyway. What you spend years building, some could destroy overnight, but you still build. The good you do today, people often forget by tomorrow, but do good anyway. Give the world the best you have that may never be enough, but give the world the best you have got anyway. You see, in the final analysis, it is between you and your God. And tonight, I will now close by saying, when you go on the 15th of June, where you're going and putting your fingers by who? Again! I'm not hearing you. Thank you. I beg to move.
Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Jazzy. Give Jazzy a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Not only he is good at mathematics and statistics, but poetry too. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll move quickly along today. And it is my distinct pleasure to bring the next speaker to you here in Barrackpore. Right here this evening, we have with us our next research officer. He is an educator by profession, a groundsman, a local government practitioner, and one of the most dynamic soldiers of the United National Congress. Ladies and gentlemen, from the constituency of Faizabad, let's welcome Mr. Jason Ali.
Right now, Trinbago's dying. We hear the people shout, crying of a stronger UNC.
Good night, my UNC brothers and sisters. Tonight I stand before you proudly. I stand before you proudly tonight as no dissident. I stand before you tonight as a member of the United National Congress. I stand before you tonight to tell you about our party, the United National Congress. We have a car known as the United National Congress that is going to Port of Spain. In 2015, that car shut down and we did not reach. In 2020, that car shut down again. We did not reach. We did not fix that car. Do you think in 2025, with the same set of mechanic we have, will we reach to Port of Spain? My brothers and sisters, I tell you, they could call me anything, but they can't call me a dissident. I will not lie down and die and watch my party fall. Gone were the days when we used to operate, you know, like you ever hear the term kunumunu? Gone are the days of the kunumunu, where we used to just follow, and whatever they say, we do. Those days are over. When we go to vote, some say, don't watch name. Just put your X by a symbol. How can we do that? How can we do that? Look at my team that stands with me on the 15th of June and place your X solidly next to the praying hands. An election is easy to win. But if we do not do the correct groundwork, if we do not do the correct research, we will never win. We will never win. And I will tell you about my track record in research and fighting elections. Currently, I am the local government councillor for Saparia West Faizabad. And I am the chairman of the United National Congress Faizabad Constituency Executive. My electoral district was PNM seat, PNM stronghold. In 2019, I was given the nod as a candidate to fight that electoral district. And in 2019, we won the seat. You know how we won the seat? From 2016, when the UNC lost, we studied the dynamics of that seat for 3 years. And we put in the mechanism in place to win it in 2019. We won Saparia West by 115 votes. Come 2023, local government election last year, we did our homework, and I can tell you, last year we won that seat by 811. So when you go out there to vote, watch for the names of the people you are voting for. Watch for that praying hand symbol and put your X by your praying hands. My brothers and sisters, people calling us all kind of names. We won't call nobody name, right? Our own UNC brothers and sisters, they are treating us like outcasts, but we are no outcasts. If we were outcasts, we would have on a different color, but we are all yellow and we are UNC and strong. Our slate, led by the Honorable Mr. Rushton Parry, will lead us to victory, will carry us home on the 15th of June. But what this slate has to offer, that is the question. What this slate has to offer. If you look at the caliber of candidates we have on our side, compared to the fallen star on the other side, then you will see who we are. Some of them, you know, you just watch up and you just wish when the star fallen. Well, they are wishing right now they didn't have to face us. Because we are strong in every constituency. And tonight I want to say special thanks from the team from Saparia that is here. We will rock the boat in every constituency in Trinidad and Tobago. My brothers and sisters, we on this side, we are humble, right? Because, you know, we hear on the news and we listen on the radio and we watch on the papers, we read the papers, and we see these fellas, the big names, Kyle Taklal Singh and Larry Lalad. And you know, for the little time I have known them, those fellas, simple. and they humble. Last night all of us sat in, you know those wood seat and them in school, those 3-seaters, all of us sit there. Humble people, but it have some on the other side. Them walking in the sky. But when the star fall, they will fall back and hit the reality on the ground. What will we offer when we win on the 15th? Here is what we will offer. When the UNC calls a meeting for 3 o'clock, we will start 3 o'clock and not 5 o'clock. When our candidates go for screening for general and local government election, and they tell me, your appointment is 4 o'clock in the evening, we wouldn't screen them 4 o'clock the next morning. When we have a meeting, we will not fall all here in Maxi and bring all here and just hand all here a bottle of water. Whatever refreshment we provide for you all, we will eat it too. If we provide doubles for all here, we will eat it also. We won't shuttle out everybody and go in some room or go in some different place and sit down and wine and dine and watch you eat doubles and drink water. We will stand up shoulder to shoulder, hand in hand, and we will stay with you and we will fight with you. That is the kind of representation you will have with this NATEX that we will win on the 15th. Right now, they say the party split, with one side with MP Pare and one side with the political leader. But we are a strong family, and we will stand again united after June the 15th with Rushton Pare as deputy political leader, Ms. Anita Haynes as our next deputy political leader. We will stand together because we need to get our party working again. We need to get all the organs of our party working today again. I ask you, when was the last time we had a national youth arm meeting? When was the last time the women arm meet? I am the chairman of Faizabad, and for 2 years now, all the chairman of the South regional constituencies, we are waiting for a meeting. More than 2 years, and we can't get it. We cannot get it because our arms, our organs of the party, it is non-functional. And ashamed to say it dead. It dead. We will get it working again. How did you think Superior West was won? We have party groups there and they are functioning. We have to get the science right. And we have the scientists to create the solution to fix the UNC. The other side had, how much, 10 years? 10 years they have. And up to now, they cannot come up with the correct solution. But we have the solution. You know why? We have the brain on this side to fix it. So my brothers and sisters, as I close, I want you to remember one thing. One thing I want you to remember. A family that prays together will always. So when we go on election day, June the 15th, remember, a stronger UNC is a stronger, and place your X solidly next to the praying hands. Thank you and good night.
We're climbing higher, into the fire.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the powerhouse from Faizabad. Before I bring the next speaker, I want to tell you that I have been a part of the political system campaigns for over 32 years. And one of the things that I know, historically, that whenever there is a meeting in a community, a town, a village, wherever, there is a mutual understanding that all the political parties or various entities will respect one another and will not try to have two meetings of two different organizations the same night. When our meeting was advertised, I understand that the other side tried to have 3 meetings tonight in our neighborhood. And none have come true. And I understand that some of them are here tonight because they want to hear what we have to offer. Because they believe the gospel that a stronger UNC is a stronger TNT. And come June the 15th, when you put your X next to the praying hands, we will move Trinidad and Tobago forward. Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come that I bring to you a man of the soil, a young, and I see the wife watching me, a young, dedicated soldier of the United National Congress, a man who has been in touch with the people of Naparima, of Barrackpore, of Kunjal, you name it, Bronte, everywhere you turn, Cedar Hill, Reform, he has been there working with various organizations, groups, and the people of the United National Congress, and more so the people of Trinidad and Tobago, citizens of this country. Ladies and gentlemen, he's a tireless worker. It gives me great pleasure, and I ask you to put your hands together as we welcome to the microphone to address you this evening, no other than Mr. Wayne Mohammed.
Into the fire, into the fire. We need a change right now, Trinbago's dying.
Thank you very much, Chairman, for that warm introduction. I stand before you tonight as a proud candidate under the United Patriots, the praying hands, as the candidate for the South Coordinator. My brothers and sisters, United Patriots members of the United National Congress gathered here tonight to listen to the message that has to be delivered to you this evening. There is a battery of speakers. Our Honorable Member of Parliament for Mayaro, Ruston Parry, our leader, give him a round of applause. Let us also give a round of applause to our Deputy Political Leader, Member of Parliament for Tabakit, the Honorable Anita Haynes Allen. Our veteran and fighter, our own person of the soil, my Member of Parliament, my boss, my hard-working fighter, the Honorable Rodney Charles. Councillors, my colleagues, members of the slate, I say thank you very much to everyone for giving me the opportunity once, because sometimes an opportunity comes only once. My brothers and sisters, there is a few burning questions that has been bothering my soul as I move from 2015 to 2020, moving into 2025. And I want to ask you a few questions here tonight. Are we content with the UNC at present? Are we happy with where our great party is at this moment? My brothers and sisters, if we want to lead UNC into a new era of effective governance, then we must make sure and make way for a change, for a stronger UNC, because a stronger UNC is a stronger TNT, my brothers and sisters. Remember that our symbol is the praying hand. And when you go to that poll on June the 15th, remember to vote for the praying hands. What are you going to vote for, my brothers and sisters? The praying hands. I want to once again ask, I would like to urge everyone to reflect at the current state of our party. I am not here to waste my time on what is irrelevant. I know everybody came out from their homes to listen to something, a message. And I am here in my humble way as a servant of Naparima and a son of the soil and a national of Trinidad and Tobago. Is this the UNC we know? Absolutely not. Is this the UNC can take us into government? And I want to ask you that question one more time. And I want to hear your answer. Hear it loud. Is this the UNC that will take us into government? My brothers and sisters, are we ready in our present form to inspire our youths and regain the confidence of the electorate? I am sure these questions you are asking yourself daily. You are hearing this from in the public domain. But there is a solution. The solution is right before you. The solution here tonight to let you know that the United Patriots has the solution to take you into governance in 2025. And my brothers and sisters, there is only one way to do that. On June the 15th, you must remember to vote the praying hands. Let that register in your brain. Go to sleep with it. Say it in your prayers. Get up in the morning and say it again. Because June the 15th, if you make that mistake, brother and sister, proper smoke we buy. I have been a dedicated UNC member for many, many, many years. And I am ready for that change that is needed within the party. With my many years as a Naparima constituency office manager and part of the Naparima constituency executive, I understand the principles of the United National Congress. I am not no newcomer to this business. I have been around, been there, done that. And my brothers and sisters, I am aware of what the party needs at this time and the community concerns. Let me tell you a little bit. As office manager and an active member of the UNC, I have successfully driven a number of UNC activities, as well as constituency events. I believe in fostering strong relationships between UNC and the people, which means that it is about you the membership, you the people. It is not from the top bottom. It is supposed to, when you're building a house, it's from the bottom top. You don't put on the roof first. You don't put on the dressing first. You don't hang up the curtains. And I am telling you, the foundation is right there before you. The foundation is in the United Patriots. And remember that praying hands, my brothers and sisters. In my present role, I have been tied to many activities in the party, inside and outside of the Naparima constituency. From community and cottage meetings, campaigning events, community meetings with the TTPS and municipal police. I have been right through within the constituency of Naparima and environs. Hosting community meetings together with our Naparima constituency executive. Give them a round of applause. Give our hard-working member of parliament for Naparima a round of applause. Because this is what we do in Naparima. We work hard, we work diligent, we work fearless. We have been instrumental through all these outreach programs to establish watch groups, something that is plaguing the community, crime and criminal activities throughout the constituency of Naparima, partnering with the police. Some of which, up to today, are very fruitful, very active. My brothers and sisters, this is what we need to take our great party forward. Hard work, not lazy people. We need hard-working people, and the hard-working team is before you. I want to emphasize that, because you know why? You want this change. Your presence here tonight indicates clearly that there is a cry for something more important, and the more important thing is that you need life and livelihood in a constructive and meaningful manner. You want goods and services delivered to you. My brothers and sisters, I have been working with the regional corporation. Every councillor come election, local election, executive election, NATEX election, general election, all the elections, working hard for the success of the United National Congress, and therefore nobody could tell me that I am not a UNC, and I will not stand for that. If you try it, well, that is your business. You're fooling me with that. It's bothering me no way inside my blood, because inside this blood is UNC, and I am a strong UNC. I will remain a UNC, and I stand firm behind the policies of the United National Congress. But what I am quite certain about, it is that the functioning arms of the United National Congress should be activated and working effectively. And again, I will tell you, the only way to get that is on June the 15th. Vote the praying hands. Most importantly, this cannot be done without you, the members. You, the members, have the power. The power is in your hand. The power is in your brother's hand. The power is in your father, your mother, every member. And your mission here, after you leave here tonight, is to ensure that every member of the United National Congress be told that this is your last chance. There is no chance after this. Somebody called me just recently, and they said to me, they say, Wayne, we have hope, but this is the last hope. After this, we could as well hit the burial ground. That is how bad we reach. We should not be in a position like this. We have the answers, but you know what we don't have? We don't have the right people. We have the right people in front of us right here. My brothers and sisters, be reminded, do not be fooled that on June the 15th, the United Patriots and the praying hands. And finally, I want to urge and beg of you, please do not be distracted. Do not ignore the distractors. And most importantly, forget about the unnecessary propaganda. People could say what they want about you, as long as it ain't affecting your integrity in any way, you forget about them. Everybody entitled to their opinion, right? So you know you have the right recipe, go ahead and use it. Make UNC great again. Make the United National Congress great again. I pledge to you tonight, I will give you 100% to work diligently, honestly, and effectively to strengthen our great party as the South Regional Representative. That is my pledge to you tonight. And everybody in this room who knows me, and all the members of the United National Congress, I am telling you, I am known. They just do not want to recognize good thing when they see it. They have a problem with that. Anytime they see something good, they do not recognize it. They push it apart. And brothers and sisters, you can rely on me. You know that to get the job done together with my colleagues. I asked my brother from Northeast, and I was opposed. I said, where you bringing the man from quite Northeast? I said, he want to serve. This man ready to work. He ready to work throughout the length and breadth of Trinidad and Tobago. We have a Tobago representative, a young, bright Chanel. This United Patriots ain't have no room for lazy people. Our leader had said, if you are ready to work, pack up and go. Pack up one time, because June the 16th, we ready to hit the serve you the membership of the party. So my brothers and sisters, I urge you to join with the mission of the United Patriots, and on June the 15th, vote for change, vote for unity, vote for good governance, vote for accountability, vote for excellence, for a prosperous future, for life and livelihood, because it depends on you. And on Saturday, June the 15th, vote the United Patriots, vote the praying hands, vote the praying hands, vote the praying hands, because a stronger UNC is a stronger TNT. I thank you very much.
Been through the fire, been through the fire. We need a change right now, Trinbago's dying.
Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Wayne Mohammed, your South Regional Coordinator. And I am certain that come June the 15th, when the last vote is counted, your elected member of the NATEX as the South Regional Coordinator will be Mr. Wayne Mohammed. Ladies and gentlemen, the next speaker that I'm about to bring to you need very little introduction. His years of experience in politics speaks for itself. He has given his life for his family, for his people, and for the United National Congress. He has faced many challenges, sometimes ridiculed, but never given up and have never left you alone. He has earned the respect and warmth of the people of Naparima and the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you no other than your Member of Parliament for Naparima, Mr. Rodney Charles.
We're climbing higher, we're climbing higher. Been through the fire, been through the fire. We need a change right now, Trinbago's dying. We hear the people shout, crying, a stronger UNC, it's a stronger TNT, a stronger UNC.
Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters of this great party, the United National Congress. Ladies and gentlemen, the proud soldiers from Naparima constituency here tonight, let us welcome our friends from the United National Congress. Ladies and gentlemen, our sister constituency, Maruga Tableland. I understand that they tried to hold a meeting here tonight to counter our meeting, but we came out in our numbers, and when they saw us, they realized the party bust. You know, there is a song, a lady, she say, when I get in a party and thing, party done. Well, tonight, Maruga Tableland party done. And there is going to be in Maruga Tableland a transformation that will lead us to the United Patriots to take us out of the evil and into the promised land. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight you heard, and I want Naparima people to listen. Don't tell the others from the other constituencies. It's a Naparima business. We have one of our own. We have one of our own, Wayne Mohammed, on the slate. And he will represent not only the interests of Naparima, but all the southern constituencies. Let us acknowledge our brother. And I want you to understand what has gone on here. What has gone on here is a passing of the baton to our next generation. And I want you to know that there is nothing wrong with young people taking the mantle of leadership in our country. There is nothing wrong with that. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the United National Congress. Thank you. The party which I believe is the only vehicle to save us. The party that I believe needs a rebooting so that we can present the best possible candidates to face the wrath of the People's National Movement. Ladies and gentlemen, I looked at the slate tonight. And when I look at the slate and the quality of people on this slate, it tells me that we really have not an internal election, but a cabinet of Trinidad and Tobago. I could go manos, name for name, and rank them with the present cabinet, and the quality of the people here exceeds that on the PNF, far less on the other slate. Let me go some names. The chairman of this party is Larry Lala, senior counsel, an experienced and qualified attorney at law. He could sit in the cabinet of Trinidad and Tobago and excel. Larry Lala. We have Dr. Rai Ragbir. He's deputy political leader. Dr. Rai is a medical practitioner who is highly respected in Chaguanas. And ladies and gentlemen, let's compare in cabinet. We have a druggist. Here we have a lawyer, a doctor, a qualified medical practitioner. He could sit in the cabinet of Trinidad and Tobago. And ladies and gentlemen, we have seated on my left two brilliant, young, dynamic, I would call them cabinet ministers, cabinet ministerial material. You know, like long time when you go a party and you're checking out chicks, you meet a girl and she nice, but we say there is no wife material. We used to be looking for wife material. Tonight we're looking at cabinet material on the left here. She don't like me to boast up and things like that. But Miss Anita Haynes is a national scholarship winner. The other slate don't have that. The cabinet of Trinidad and Tobago does not have that. Ladies and gentlemen, Anita Haynes is a product of the generational transformation that we want in this country. And I am saying that when I leave this land, I will feel proud to know that there's somebody like her in government. I want you to know that when I look at the people on my left, there is no corruption whatsoever. Clean, decent people of integrity. So when I go to my I don't want to say because I don't want to get the other side vexed. So the leader of the slate, I don't want to say, now let me don't say it. They go get vexed. When I look at the leader of this slate, Mr. Rushton Parry, I see someone of whom I can be justly proud. A businessman that employs over 300 persons. A person who is when he speaks in parliament, he speaks with authority, decorum, and class. When I look at Rushton Parry, I do not see a person I could go and talk corruption and say, let me run a racket. I see a person of integrity, someone who I can tell my children to look up to a person like that. And it is time, let me tell you, it is time that we people from South play our rightful role in helping Trinidad and Tobago solve its problems. And I can tell you, when I look at my councillor friend, right, when I'm a councillor, Henry Awong, a genuine Rastafari, Selassie is not a mama guy. He's a serious man who does not eat meat, a man of intellect, a man of integrity. When I look at my other colleague, Jazzy, man of integrity, Wayne, I could vouch for Wayne, no corruption. We have worked together, and one of the principles of our relationship is every cent must go to the people of Trinidad and Tobago and not in our pockets. I have just met Councillor Jason Ali, a man of integrity, and Miss Abdullah, a lady of class, a lady of integrity, a lady who is genuinely concerned for Trinidad and Tobago. And why am I supporting this slate? Why am I supporting this slate? I am supporting this slate because I do not want to be in opposition for 5 more years. It is hard to come to Naparima constituents, and when you face flooding, I can't help because I am an MP in opposition. When we have problems with roads, I have to beg. I take all the humiliation because I love the people of Naparima, but it hurts because I cannot help you. When you want your children to get the amenities in schools, when we want to get to deal with flooding, and the rainy season has just started, I cannot help. I could write a letter, and Rohan Sinanan tells me that I feel is only Naparima he has to take care of. I want to be in government. We have to win. Take it from me, I have indicated that I'm leaving politics. But if I leave politics, I want to leave a team that is in government that can deal with your problems so that we can enjoy what is rightfully ours. Ladies and gentlemen, they have us beaten in South to the extent that we feel we inferior to them in Port of Spain. I watch in Port of Spain the scorn with which they treat us from South. I have heard Rowley say, if you don't like it, go Barbados, go Guyana, shouting at you, the speaker, and I'm not supposed to say certain things about Parliament because they say I mustn't maintain the integrity of that institution. But I have had the speaker tell me to apologize to her. And when I apologize, she tell me, look serious like if I'm apologizing. That is humiliation. How much more can we take, ladies and gentlemen, when all of us are children of God? All of us. Whether you have Rasta like my partner in front, whether you're a bald head Rasta like me, whether you're Indian, African, tall, short, you are entitled to all the rights and benefits of being a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago. And under this PNM, we are going to suffer. And I look at my party. And I say, why are we like that? Can we not do better? And I am of the view that there are people in my party comfortable with being in opposition. They're comfortable. They're getting a salary. They call you honorable this. They give you a priority bus pass. And they're happy with that. And as my friend said, Bal said, but the question I ask, how much more can we take? And sometimes I say, Lord, why have thou forsaken us? What have we done wrong that you have discarded us? Crime in our constituency, flooding in our constituency, poor roads, landslips, poor education, no jobs, and in the first hospital, there are no CDAP medicine for citizens. So you come to me and I cannot do anything because I'm in opposition. Well, I'm saying to you tonight, and we must say to ourselves, we are important and we must be in government in 2025. I want to just tell you that this NATEX election is most important. NATEX is a very important institution in our party. Do you know? I didn't know. Do you know that NATEX selects MPs and councillors? I never knew that. Because when I went for screening, they will have you sitting down. I think all of us experience that. They tell you come 2 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the night, they screen you. But you're seeing favored people walking in and being screened. They have us sitting down and being in. It is an exercise in humiliation. That's screening. Instead, it should be an exercise in getting the best and the brightest of the United National Congress, so that when they go in Parliament, they could stand up to Keith Christopher Rowley and demand what is rightfully ours. Ladies and gentlemen, the NATEX is responsible for spending our monies. I didn't. Let me just check. I was doing a little math before when I was sitting down. I give $1,700 every month. That's 10% of my salary to the party. Yeah, 10% of the salary, $1,700. I was doing a little mathematics. I'm not good at arithmetic. I multiply that by 12. It means every year I give the party from my salary. Anita does it. Rushton does it. All the MPs do it. I give that is $20,000 a year. For the past 9 years, if we multiply that by 9, is $183,600 I have given to the party. When we multiply that by 5, if they call us the 5 MPs, that is $1 million we have given to the party. And ladies and gentlemen, at least our contribution could have paid for a down payment for headquarters, a land for headquarters. You know, and we had to talk frankly. NATEX should be reporting to us where my $200,000 that I have donated to the party gone. You know where I think it gone? It gone to pay maxi taxi drivers to bus in crowds to take positions against us. You understand where the money going? My money that I contribute is being used to pay maxis, to bus in people, to go on platforms and talk against us. So you see the kind of, now not only do MPs give 10%, but correct me, councillors give 10%. So we talking here millions of dollars, and none of us know where that money gone. So the question we ask is, the time has come for us to have a properly functioning NATEX. NATEX also sell policies for the party. They set policies. So what should we be doing with respect to agriculture? What should we be doing in respect to single parents? What should we be doing in terms of education? All these things. So ladies and gentlemen, the time has come for us to say enough is enough. We have to take the party in our hands. It is our party. And do not let them tell you that you are dissident. Do not let them tell you that you are a PNM. I want to say tonight, I, Rodney Atchison Desmond Charles, is a UNC. I'm proud of being a UNC. And never ever make the mistake of calling me a PNM. That has done too much damage to Trinidad. And that is why I am supporting this slate. And the reason why I'm supporting this slate is because it is the only opportunity we have to bring sanity to governance in Trinidad and Tobago and to take over the wheels of governance in 2025. So ladies and gentlemen, this is serious business. This is not Vicky talk. This is a spiritual mission you are on. When you go on the 15th to vote, understand that the future of Trinidad and Tobago is in your hands. So I want you to talk. Women have plenty power in this country. Talk to your husbands, talk to your children, and let them stand up and rise. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the scripture tells us the fruits are overbearing, but the laborers are few. And the question it calls for all of us to recognize that the time has come for us to take back the United National Congress and to take back Trinidad and Tobago. So I support the United Patriots for a stronger UNC, and a stronger UNC means a stronger Trinidad and Tobago. I thank you.
A stronger UNC is a stronger TNT, a stronger UNC. Whoa, we're on the road again.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us give the Member of Parliament for Naparima a thunderous round of applause. Moving quickly along with the program this evening, we are very fortunate to have with us in Barrackpore, joining constituencies of Moruga Tablan. Moruga Tablan, people make some noise. Naparima, people make some noise. And Siparia, people make some noise. It is my distinct pleasure to bring to you another neighboring constituency. But ladies and gentlemen, this young lady is one of the most dynamic voices in the Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago. She is young, she is bright, she is articulate, and she is your Member of Parliament for Tabakit, but the next deputy political leader under the United Patriots. And when you go to the polls, remember, it's the praying hands as we bring to you the young and dynamic Miss Anita Haynes Allen.
We're climbing higher, we're climbing higher. Been through the fire, been through the fire. We need a change right now, Trinbago's dying. We hear the people shout, crying, I'm a stronger UNC, it's a stronger TNT.
Good evening to some of the strongest soldiers of the United National Congress that I've ever had the pleasure to meet. Give yourselves a round of applause here. Ladies and gentlemen, those of you who know me know that Naparima, Barrackpore, is my second home, my second political home. So I am no stranger to this crowd. This is a place where I feel most welcome. It is a people that I connect very, very strongly to, and I'm very happy to be here to address you this evening. And I bring up that this is a second home to me because when Mr. Rodney Charles became the Member of Parliament for Naparima in 2015, in the election in 2015, I started to work with him and his office in about 2016. And from then, I became aware of the struggles that people of Naparima faced. I knew what it was like for you to understand poor infrastructure. I understood issues of flooding that plagued your communities. And I watched Mr. Rodney Charles go to Parliament every Friday fighting to raise these issues. And time again, the people, the residents of Barrackpore, of Reform, that we struggled for basic needs and amenities. And I watched that go on for years. Come to 2017, and I become the Public Relations Officer of the United National Congress. And after that, I went into the Senate. And I had the pleasure of walking across Trinidad and Tobago with various councillors, activists across this country. And so I know the Moruga Tableland people very well, because before there was a candidate for Moruga Tableland, before we held Moruga Tableland in 2020, I was walking with you in 2018, 2019. Before we even had anybody to come out to say that is the candidate, we was trying to put things in place and put a structure in place to ensure that victory came to the UNC in 2020, which it did. And so that tells you that it is possible if you have hard workers and people in positions who are willing to do the work, you can get a good and positive result. And you know, a lot of people came to me and said, Anita, why now? Why do this now? Why have this conversation now? And it is because if not now, when? If not now, when? Am I supposed to stand here and tell you that I stand in service of people and mamagai you? Am I supposed to tell you that I understand that the solution to your flooding problem is a retention pond, and I understand that the solution to your infrastructure problem is to prioritize infrastructure works across the country, but I am doing nothing to actually bring that to you? You see, ladies and gentlemen, when you understand that service to people is service to God, that the people that you are in charge of, the people that you represent, that is where your heart is supposed to belong, you would have no choice but to stand here today. You would have no choice but to fight for the party that could bring the changes. And so we are fighting for the UNC. We are fighting for a better UNC so that we can deliver the policies that we know can make a difference. And I thought long and hard about what the message I needed to deliver here tonight. We have been on a campaign trail for quite some time. And even before that, we have been working towards a better United National Congress for a long time. But tonight I want to deliver a specific message, because I knew I was coming into the territory of the Princestown Regional Corporation. Because I knew I was coming into the territory of the activists of the Moruga Tableland constituency, that I had a specific message for you. I understand that we are in a space now where we are practicing a politics of fear. That so many persons are afraid to show their face in defense of a party that they love because they are afraid of being victimized. And I understand that there are those of you who, when that slate on the other side was announced, you looked at it and you know who the people are. You know how they come into your community. You know how they treat you. Princess Tong, I am talking to you directly right now. You know the treatment you get. You know that they take people who work hard for this party and they look down on them. That you know that they take people who have worked for years for this party and they'll pass you straight until they need something from you. You know who the people are if you needed to walk tomorrow in your constituency who you could call, and it's not one of them. And I could guarantee you that. You know who from 2019 People, there are people who came out here to help you, and there are people who came out to take the credit, and I know you know the difference. I know you know the difference. And so, my message to the councillors, the aldermen, the activists who cannot be here today, not because your heart tells you you don't belong here, but because fear is holding you on the other side. I am telling you, on June 15th, it is between you and your conscience. Rodney spoke about it. The National Executive is supposed to be the body that decides the candidates that will represent you. That is serious business. It means your hopes and dreams lie with a committee that is supposed to look after your interest. They are supposed to tell you that when we sit down there as a committee, if I know I am screening a candidate for Naparima, I am screening a candidate for Tabakit, I am screening a candidate for Princeton, I am screening a candidate for Maruga Tabela, they are supposed to tell you what they are coming to do for your community. The screening committee is supposed to ask you, what is your plan to develop the area you are hoping to represent? They are not supposed to ask you who you vote for in the internal election. That's not their business. That is not your business. They are supposed to ask you, what are you going to do to improve the lives of, firstly, the people of the UNC, and secondly, the people of the constituency. But that is never on their mind. Because the screening committee, as it stands right now, is a committee to ask you who you vote for in an internal election. But you have an opportunity to change that. On June 15th, if you know right now fear is holding you in a corner, on June 15th you could change that. The UNC is a great party. It is a great party because we have a one-man, one-vote system. So they could come, all the members of parliament line up as they are, and they could show up in front of the councillors and say, listen, you must do this. But they can only say that. They can't do anything. There is nothing that they can do to any of you. So when we tell you you can go into the polling booth and vote for the praying hands, we are telling you vote for your future. There is hope for a better United National Congress. There is hope for a United National Congress that is built on inspiration. There is hope for a United National Congress that when you see the candidate, you could feel proud. You know that person is coming to work for you. Because the role of the representative is not to follow around people like a bandwagon. It is not to pick up and go anywhere they go. It is to follow you around. You, the members that they represent, it is to know your interests. You are the person they must be trying to see. Right now, as the party stands, everybody figures in order to get a position, one person has to see you. The United Patriots of the UNC is saying in order to get a position, many people must see you. And if you understand that you are a hard worker, if you know that you bring value to people, if you know that what you represent is strong ethics, good working values, then we have a space for you. We have a space for you here if you are ready to work for people. But I can tell you, I have heard the cries of people. All across this country, people are crying out and praying for change. People are crying out for something different, a better political product. They want us to be serious people. They want us to have important discussions. No more silly politicking on the platforms. They want us to do better, and we can do better and be better. And it all starts on June 15th. And so when we take ourselves to the polls on June 15th, understand, members of the UNC, Trinidad and Tobago is dependent on you. They have already accepted that the PNM is bad. We already know the ills that our nation faces. But what they want now is something to vote for. We have the chance to make the UNC something that people will vote for, and it is in your hands, and I urge you to take that step very, very seriously. Ladies and gentlemen, for far too long, the message has been that you do not matter. For far too long, the message has been that the few are greater than the many. For far too long, we have been told that the power of the United National Congress is at the top, and one person will take us somewhere, and they'll take us somewhere. And so far, they have taken us absolutely nowhere. And so now, on June 15th, show them that you have the country at heart and you have the UNC at heart. And on June 15th, we urge you, vote for the praying hands. I thank you.
NC is a stronger TNT, a stronger UNC is a stronger TNT.
Thank you very much indeed. Let me ask you once again to give the Member of Parliament for Tabakit and your next Deputy Political Leader, Anita Haynes Allen, a round of applause. I also want to acknowledge in our presence this evening our Central Coordinator, Dr. Roshan Ali, who has joined us here this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, as we move along this evening, from right here at Vikas Country Club in Barrackpore, it is my distinct pleasure, my honor and privilege to bring to you the final speaker for tonight. He is known to be a true warrior and fighter on behalf of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. He is known to be the Atlantic warrior, Atlantic giant, the man whom will move this party forward come June the 15th when he is elected your next deputy political leader. Ladies and gentlemen, the Member of Parliament for Mayaro, MP Rushton Barre.
We're climbing higher, into the fire, into the fire. We need a change right now, Trinbago's dying. We hear the people shout, crying, a stronger UNC, it's a stronger TNT, a stronger UNC.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman Neil Ramdat. A very pleasant good night to my Barrackpore family. Thank you very much for coming out here in your numbers to listen, to understand, to be part of a monumental change that is going to happen in this country. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to acknowledge the presence of my parliamentary colleagues, Mr. Rodney Charles, Ms. Anita Haynes Allen, two others who are not here with us tonight, MP Dinesh Rambali and Dr. Rai Ragbir, who have all stood with me when I made the call that we need to drive change in this party if we want to go into government. So please give them a round of applause. And following on the heels of my parliamentary colleagues, my friend Henry Awong, Jason Ali, Derek Bowen, Alderman Victor Roberts, also stood and supported the move that we have started a journey on, and this journey will come to fruition next week, Saturday. I also want to acknowledge the team of men and women who are joining me on this slate of the United Patriots as we attempt to take back our party, the party that we love, back into government in 2025. So please give all of them a round of applause. I have been going across this country for the last 90 days, and everybody that you meet, every person that I meet says the same thing. Rushton, I want change. The people of this country, the members of our party, understand that change is needed. But one of the questions they ask me is that, Parry, I don't know who you are. Now, for whatever reason, perhaps I should be more infamous. If I am infamous and I'm being tossed out of Parliament every Friday, or I'm on the newspaper every Monday morning, well then that may not have been an issue. But as a member of Parliament for Mayaro, I do my job, I do it diligently, the corner of the island. When I speak in the Parliament, I speak on issues of trade, industry, finance, digital transformation, the environment, tourism. These things don't get you on the front page of the papers. But I'm here to tell you that I am a proud husband to a beautiful wife. She's sitting there. And my daughter, please give her a round of applause. Thank you. I am the father of 3 daughters as well. I could also tell you that I've started from a very humble beginning in Mayaro with my parents. Over the years, my siblings and I, we've been able to turn our family business into a thriving enterprise that, as Rodney reminded you, that we hire hundreds of people in the community that I live. I say this to tell you that I understand how to manage people, and I know how to create successful organizations. I could also tell you that I love to go fishing. I could also tell you that I enjoy TV time with my children, and I enjoy the movies. But there are 2 most important things that when I leave here tonight that I want you to know about me. The first thing is that I am also, like all of you, a devoted and loyal member of the United National Congress. And that is the God's truth. Do not let anyone tell you or convince you otherwise. I come from a family, a business family, that have been involved in service. We've been quietly involved in politics for 40, 50 years. My first entrance into politics, I was 16 years old. And I saw the collapse of the PNM in 1986 as a 16-year-old child. And I reveled in that moment, not knowing what it meant. But I saw my parents, I saw my neighbors, everybody gathered under our house, and they enjoyed that moment. And my interest in politics peaked at that time. In 2015, I took the opportunity to move my political work in serving people from private sector to public sector. And I made myself available for consideration to the United National Congress. And I chose the United National Congress because the philosophy of the party, as built by our founding fathers, Mr. Pandey, Dr. Rampasad, Mr. Humphrey, that was the philosophy that I believed in. And I believe in the philosophy of service to people, working for the poorest of the poor, working for humanity, and most of all, what I enjoyed about the UNC, its ability to look after rural communities like the ones I grew up in. During both UNC administrations, 1995 to 2001, and under the Kamla Prasad-Bisesa administration, from 2010 to 2015, the most amount of development in rural Trinidad and Tobago happened under UNC government. Happened under UNC government because we understood the importance of playgrounds. We understood the importance of sporting fields, of fixing your schools, your town centers. They called us the box train government because we understand the importance of moving water away from your homes. Ladies and gentlemen, what we have to realize is that after a very high-performing government, high-performance government in 2010 to 2015, and nobody can deny that, we were rejected by the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And up to today, the party has not tried to understand or to analyze how can an effective government like ours be booted out from 29 seats to 18 seats. Then we had to deal with a PNM administration from 2015 to 2020, an administration that put 100,000 persons out of jobs, that collapsed 6,000 small businesses, that turned our Point Lisas industrial estate into the Rust Belt of Trinidad and Tobago. Crime, we peaked at nearly 600 murders. And yet, we went to the polls in 2020 and we were rejected again. Why? That is the question that we had to answer. We are 18 months away from a general election. 18 months. And up to today, the party has done nothing different that will prepare us to take government in 2025. So if we did nothing for the last 3 years and a half, do we expect a different result next year? No. So what do? We have to make a change in the way we do business in the United National Congress. But how do we do it? I chose to look at the constitutional way. Nobody, nothing that I had said or have done up to today have put our party in any disrepute. I haven't spoken ill about anyone. I tell anybody to step down. Me tell anybody to hand over nothing. All I said that the party constitution has a mechanism to refresh. And the mechanism is the constitutionally due national executive elections. And that's all I asked for. Because in that way, you, the members of the party, have an opportunity to tell the leadership, I like what all you're doing, and all you could remain, or I don't like what all you're doing, and give somebody else a chance. That is all, and that is your constitutional right. Nobody should deprive you or deny you of that. And that is the call that I made on March 22nd of this year. Ladies and gentlemen, people ask me why I make that call. I'll tell you why I make that call. I am fed up of the UNC losing elections. Fed up. Lost in 2013. We lost a local government election in 2013. Lost a general election in 2015. We talk about some tie somewhere. I don't know how when you go to the polls and you win 7 and I win 7, I win. Something wrong with that maths. We lost a general election in 2020. We come and tie again the other day. Somehow, we win. Ladies and gentlemen, I am sure that all of you, just like me, are fed up of losing. We cannot win if we don't make certain changes to the way how we operate as a party. When I made the call as well, and I want you to pay attention to this, and I made the call that we should have this election. As they approached Anita, they said, Rushton, boy, what you doing? Why you opposing the lady? Why you're opposing the leader? Leave it alone. Leave it alone. She go throw you out of the party. Let me tell you this, This party bigger than every one away. This party is bigger than every one of us. And we have a duty. And I remind my colleagues at times, before being an MP, before being a senator or a councillor, we are members of this party and we have a right to cast a vote, just like any one of you. And that is our right. Nobody should deny you of that. You know, one of them had the audacity to tell me, Parry, it's alright if we lose in 2025. The lady ain't gonna last long. And in 2030 we go get government. That is what the man tell me, you know. And you know what? I tell him, my friend, in 2030 there will be nothing to govern. This country will be in ruins. What foolishness you're asking me. We will have nothing to govern in 2030, my friends, if we don't make the change and win government in 2025. That is the reality of the matter. You know, quietly in my mind, I say, boy, I really thought we had some lions in this party. But it's like there's some little pussycat. Fred, if I had taken his advice, my brothers and sisters, we wouldn't have been having this conversation tonight. And you know what? We will go to the polls next year. Let me tell you what will happen. The PNM will run roughshod over us because there will be no change, no difference than what we've done in 2015, what we've done in 2020. And let me tell you the scary part. If we allow the PNM to win the elections next year, it will be the first time in 40 years. 40. First time in 40 years that the PNM has won 3 consecutive elections. Dr. Rowley will wave the Balize flag and say, take that, Iceman. And then you know what? He's going to finish, mash up this country. If that is what you want, well, boy, we need to do something different on June 15th. I want to tell you this as well. And I'm sorry that I had to talk a little slow. My voice is going. When the UNC loses, when we in the UNC lose, it is not only Kamla or Munilal or Pare that loses, you know. It is your children that loses. It is your future that you lose. It is your safety that you lose. When the UNC lose, all of us lose. And I want that to remain in your head. That this is not simple about, well, if we lost in 25, we go take it in 2030. No, that is not an option. We must win next year. And we have to do what we have to do to win the general elections in 2025. When the UNC loses, my friend, innocent citizens lose their lives. Because look at the rate of crime. Yesterday they beat a policeman and his wife in the own house. Beat a policeman. If I get nonsense Heinz talk yesterday. Foolishness. What are we doing to deal with that? Anita and Rodney spoke about we as MPs. All we are left to do is write letter after writing letter and writing letter. They tell us our penmanship is the best. But we can't get it done. Because you're sitting in opposition and we can't deliver for you. We have to do what we have to do to make the changes to take us to government. But you know what is even worse? When the UNC loses and people lose their livelihood, men lose their dignity. I have seen grown men come in my office and cry, Barry, I have no food to feed my children. What you could do to help me? And the man want to work and I can't find a job. Today I come in from Shagaramas. Man on the traffic light, Ryson Road. Young, healthy, brilliant guy with glasses. Looks very educated, and the man selling bottle juice and water. The center of the highway. And I'm asking myself, why this guy can't get a job? What are we doing wrong in this country that I have a young, he looks brilliant, decent, healthy guy, but he has to stand on the middle of the road to sell a bottle of juice and water. That is what we have to think about on the 15th of June when you go to the polls to deal with this particular matter that we are here for tonight. So when people ask me, why am I doing this? Simple. I want to win. I want to win, and I'm sure all of you want to win. I want you to win. I want your children to win. I want your grandchildren to win. I want when you wake up in the morning and you go to get ready for work, you turn your taps on, you get water. Your garbage truck come in and move out your garbage. I want you to have a meaningful job to go to, not a make-work job. I want your children who you are sacrificing for in university. You are giving up meals. You are giving up vacation. You are giving up the simple things in life so you could pay tuition fees for your children to go UTT and UE. And then when they come home, you can't get a job and they sit down. 4 years looking for a job. I'm sure Anita and Rodney's office, just like mine, stack by stack of resumes. But we have the power to change that by moving the PN. We have the power in the UNC to change that by moving the PN. Another corridor talk they give me. They pull you at the side and say, boy, Rushton, boy, why are you doing this? My colleagues, with the greatest of respect to them, and I will ask them, well, why all you're not doing it? Why are you not joining me for a stronger UNC to make a stronger Trinidad and Tobago? And they can't answer that. Because I do not think any member of the UNC don't want a stronger party and they don't want to win government. I don't think any of you here don't want to be part of that success. So why aren't they here standing with Anita and Rodney and me? Why aren't they here looking to make a better party for you to be able to live a decent quality of life in Trinidad and Tobago? Ladies and gentlemen, Barrackpore is the heartland of the party. I know that. I live in Yarrow. And I know Barrackpore is the heartland of this party. Heartland. But I'm amazed about the challenges that you still face. Flooding, landslips. I mean, driving in here, I was amazed. Now, it's a beautiful place. When I look at the development of Barrackpore, and I see how you've developed over time, if we can be in government, to bring back Barrackpore to the heights of where it ought to be as the heartland of our party, that will be the day that I will look forward to. And I want you, when you go out to the polls on Saturday, 15th of June, and you put your mark next to the praying hands, that is a symbol of unity, strength, that we will take Trinidad and Tobago back from the hands of the PNM and put it back into the hands of the best political vehicle for governance in Trinidad and Tobago, United National Congress, ladies and gentlemen. On June 15th will mark a watershed day in the history of this country. June 15th will be the day that we take Trinidad and Tobago. This is not a simple election. Those on the other side will tell you this NATEX thing, it makes sense and that is nothing. But I'm telling you this here, ladies and gentlemen, this election on the 15th of June is an election that is going to put Trinidad and Tobago on a path that is either going to take us forward or take we back. Because when we make the change on the 15th and we start to re-strengthen the United National Congress, we start to fix the problems in it, we will become stronger to beat the PNM in 2015. And that is what this is about. It is about beating the PNM. That is all this is about. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a couple of visions that I want for my party, and I want to share it very quickly with you. We've been losing elections, as I mentioned, 2013, 2015, 2020. How can we go forward without changing certain things? I do not believe for 1 minute that we are harnessing the available talents of our party. Just look at the slate on the other side. Look at the slate that we have presented under the United Patriots. You know what's amazing to me? Our political leader says that, who is these people? Nobody know none of them. That is the problem. Because as leaders in the party, we ought to know the people who are working on the ground. And if you don't know Wayne, and if you don't know Jermaine, and you don't know Henry, and you don't know Anita, and you don't know Ray, don't know me, something wrong with you. Something wrong with you. These are the people who wins us the votes. So how you could say that is a bunch of nobodies? Nobodies. That's what they call winner. Dissident nobodies. These are the people who are working. These are the people who go out on the ground day by day just like you. That's the point I made. If the leadership of our party don't know the people who are working on the ground, that is the problem. That is something that we will address. I am very proud to lead a team of strong persons. Very, very strong persons. Professional people who are going to bring their careers and their expertise to the party. That we will help develop systems to make us stronger and make us better. We need to build a strong institution called the UNC. Strong institutions must have strong people. And strong people must be from the entry level to the middle level to the top level. We have levels in our party. A political party that is built around one person, built around one perspective. You know what I call that? I call that a cult. And we have no place for cultism in our party. And cultism cannot win us an election. It cannot. Weak leaders, ladies and gentlemen, attract weak people. Weak leaders attract weak people. But strong leaders attract strong people. And I'm proud to be part of a slate of strong men and women who will lead not only our party, but lead our country well into 2025 and beyond. You know, Anita raised a point a while ago concerning conversations with councillors. They've been coming to me quietly again and say, Rushton boy, I want to support you, but afraid I'll lose my job. Why? I will respond by saying this. In my entire life, I have helped build businesses from the ground up. I have taken small businesses and helped people to build it. But I have never had to threaten people to build my business. I have never had to threaten people to work and work hard. Why are people being threatened that if you support this, if you support that, you're going to lose your job? Ladies and gentlemen, the team I lead under the United Patriots, we are not in the business of politics of fear. We are in the politics of hope. Hope for a better party. Hope for a better Trinidad and Tobago. Hope for a better institution called the United National Congress. On the 16th of June, ladies and gentlemen, when we have won this election, the work begins right away. The first thing that we will commence, we have to heal this party. Now, nothing that we've done on this side, nothing that I've said on this side, nothing anybody have said on this side for the last 2 months have insulted or hurted anyone. But you see the method of which the other side operates. But it is never my intention, it was never my intention to bring the party into any problem, any disrepute. That's why we don't respond to the foolishness. Because it is not my intention to drag our party down. Because the candidates on the other side, the persons who support the other slate, they are not our enemies. They are our opponents in an election. And when the election is over, we have a party to hold on to beat the PNM. So why attack? Why attack people in a democratic process? I will make every effort to reach out to every single person who feel or who would have felt that they would have been disconnected, disenchanted from the processes of the party, and we need to get everybody back home under the umbrella of the rising sun. We cannot win a general election if we keep alienating people. You don't shrink political parties, you grow political parties. And you don't alienate people by shoving them away. You have to have systems, conversation. You have to have an environment that is welcoming to everyone. And that is what this slate under the United Patriots, this is what we are going to do. Ladies and gentlemen, we have zeroed in on one or two key items. I want to run it through quickly for you. Jazzy spoke about making the arms of the party functional again. And without going into too much detail, I want to use an example. I want when a party group in Marak have a problem and they could come to the constituency executive of the Moruga Tableland constituency, and then the message could go to the national executive, and then we can address the issues in Marak. Then we would have solved the problem. But that doesn't happen. Every institution of the party has collapsed. So your problems in Marak, in Guayari, in Kernaham, Cascado, in Roxborough, nobody in Shagwana is saying that, you know. But that is your problem. We want to fix that. We want to put the institutions of the party back in a functioning way so that the party can deliver to you the membership. And I just want you to remember this. You don't work for the leadership, you know. The leadership have to work for you. That is how organizations work. That is how organizations work. Your leadership works for you. And this might be strange to some of them. They go say we're talking all kind of foolishness. But they have become so disconnected over the years, they don't know good things in front of them. They don't. And when we talk about this, it is alien to them. And this is why we have to change that. You know, I call for a party headquarters. That is something that we must deliver to our members. And, you know, there was a bit of ridiculing in that, you know, we talking about building party headquarters and we're not helping people. But, you know, a party headquarters is not a palace. A party headquarters is not a palace that you frolic and fet and you curry rabbit downstairs. That's what you do in a party headquarters. A party headquarters is a home. It's a home for you and me, the members of our great party. And a home is where the heart is. I'm sure you've heard of that. And your home could be any size, big, small, but it is yours. And when we finally get a home to call ours, it will be a symbol of our unity and strength as a party, as an institution called United National Congress, which is what the founding fathers intended for us. But from 1988, in Arangwe, Savannah, we end up on top of a Chinese shop in Cuba. And when we move from the Chinese shop in Cuba, we end up on top of a rum shop in San Fernando. And today we're still renting. Ladies and gentlemen, we cannot be a nation of landowners and homeowners. We cannot aspire to be a nation of landowners and homeowners and we renting. That is not the example that we must lead by. We must set the example. We must get ourselves a home, and this will happen very, very soon. Next item quickly that we will address is the issue of our party constitution. So no decision of our party will be made in a back room in secret. There's a constitution that provides how decisions are made. And nobody is going to hold things in the back pocket and confuse us. Ladies and gentlemen, we will set dates for internal elections. So you see, because I get to know, nobody will get that again, because you will know when the date for the election is. Nobody will have to go through that ridicule. We will set fixed election dates. We will set fixed terms of office for office holders. No man in our party will feel that they own an office for life. Rodney talks about generational change. We must create the space for these young boys and young girls who are sitting here tonight to stand on this podium in my place. We must create a space that when we've trained them, we've nurtured them in our party school, they can be the next leaders of the United National Congress. That is what the mission is. We have to create a generational transformation in our party where we can have smooth transition, and we're going to fix that in the constitution of our party. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to close by reminding you of the importance. As I said, this is a watershed day on the 15th of June. That is the day when you will decide the fate of this country. That is how serious it is. This is not a joke. This is probably the most serious elections that you will ever have to participate in. And don't let anybody tell you this is just a UNC thing. This is a Trinidad and Tobago thing. Because we are preparing the UNC to return to government in 2025. And you have to take this serious. You have to take this serious, because when we win on the 15th, we start to figure out fixing the problems of this country. We will start to deal with our economy on that day. We will start to deal with infrastructure, crime, water. You might ask how we're going to do that while in opposition. Well, we'll have less than 13 months to put systems in place for when we take government. By the end of 2025, we hit the ground running. And this is why it is important, very important, that you don't take this light. I know the 15th of June is a Saturday. The 15th of June is a Saturday. Saturday morning is market. Some people go to church. It's the day before Father's Day. It's a shopping day. I want you all to make sure that you find the time between the hours of 8 o'clock and 6 o'clock in the evening. Get to your polling station and cast your vote. Find your friends and your relatives, your neighbors, your aunt, your uncle, whoever is registered to vote as a member of the UNC. Please encourage them, come out to vote and put your X next to the symbol of the praying hands, because that is the day we start to answer the questions that have been bedeviling our party. and we start to bring a solution to put us back in government in 2025. So ladies and gentlemen, remember, a stronger UNC is a stronger Trinidad and Tobago. So when you go out to vote on the 15th of June, please vote for the praying hands. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thank you very much indeed, Member of Parliament for Mayaro and your next Deputy Political Leader of the United National Congress. Let's give it up again for MP Rushton Parry. Ladies and gentlemen, before we go, we have two announcements to make. One is that tomorrow night, the bandwagon will roll into Macaulay. At the Macaulay Community Centre, so come out in your thousands as we present our candidates tomorrow again at the Macaulay Community Centre. But also, tomorrow we will be in the Far East. We will be at the Swaha Hindu College in Sangre Grande. So you can, those of you who are on that end, can join us there as well tomorrow night. I also want to tell you, those of you who live in the constituency of Naparima, that on election day, June the 15th, your polling station will be at the Lengua Presbyterian School. Go out early between the hours of 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. and put your X next to the praying hands. I also want to tell you, Maruga Tablan, that your polling station will be at the Rochard Douglas Presbyterian School. Go to the polls on election day, June the 15th, and put your X next to the praying hands. And my final announcement, we have free doubles and corn soup for all of you. Free doubles and corn soup for all of you. Please enjoy it. We want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Special thanks to the management of Vikas Country Club here in Barrackpore. Let's give them a round of applause. Special thanks to all those from the community who have come out to join us this evening. We have a special thanks to our good friend Archie for bringing us live on the various networks. And to you, the members of the United National Congress, may God bless you. May you continue to live a long, joyous and happy life as we move into government under the leadership of this team, the United Patriots. Long live the UNC. Put your hands next to the praying hands next to the symbol and vote for the praying hands. Thank you, my brothers and sisters.